Okay, this homeowner is asking about a completed roof and wants to know if the job is done and they have a concern. What is that concern? Well, it's flashing right before your eyes. Customer states, I think they did a good job, but on my second story, there is wood exposed. Is this acceptable? Any feedback appreciated? No. In fact, and then here's another picture on the other side. Do y'all see something else that I see here too? Well, let's just deal with the wood. There should be some flashing here. At the very least, you'd think there'd been either fascia metal or you would, if not, clearly there's not. You would add a piece of step flashing there. But, I understand a lot of people always want to go back over to the wall underneath the soffit. But in a situation like this, you've got to flash this. And, for instance, here, you can already see, now this is probably from before, but you can see the wood is, boom. The wood's already fading out. And that is no bueno, because eventually that will get worse. Not overnight, but it will over time. Now, the other thing I see that I really don't like, I do not always like it when the gutter is cut and this dormer, I'm assuming it's a dormer, is going to drain all of its water right onto this roof here. Why do that? There's really, what? When I do gutters, I like to take the time to put a downspout and run that water down to the gutter below. Unless it's some long, crazy, ridiculous run. But I've fixed several homes where we've had to replace siding and all kinds of stuff because too much water was being dumped back on the roof like that. Not my favorite way to do it. Not the end of the world, and that doesn't always happen, but I have seen it go wrong. Yeah, at the end of the day, you don't want exposed wood like that, and it's just going to continue getting wet and eventually begin to rot out further. It's not going to be an overnight problem. It's not like your house is going to fall down tomorrow, but it really needs to be dealt with. The big problem is with the metal valley up there, the gutter, they're not going to want to come. They're not going to want to come back and try to put flashing in there. What might be acceptable, because we really just want to protect that wood, is they could fabricate something out of metal that would wrap around that and completely seal up that wood. And because it's probably flashed against the wall. And yeah, I would do that. That might be an acceptable course of action to deal with this problem. Like I said, I wouldn't have done it this way. Yeah, I think the acceptable course of action would be to wrap that metal. Just drop that gutter down and wrap the metal. You don't need to wrap the metal. Wrap it with metal. Wrap the wood with some metal. That's what I think would be the best way to go at this point. Okay, happy roofing. I hope that helps.